This is going to be a whole lot of discussion because I've been wanting to do this video for like since forever. Growing up as a child, as a female child, I've always seen things like women empowerment, female entrepreneurship. I've seen things, advocacy for the girl child, to celebrate the day of the girl child, which is an absolute lovely thing. But the thing is, who celebrates the boy child? Who advocates for the boy child? Who talks about the boy child? Who raises the boy child? Who is responsible for ensuring that the boy child is raised and developed appropriately? I mean, where and how did we actually assume that the boy child is perfect? Because this is actually one-sided, if you ask me. Hey, welcome to my channel, and this is The Beauty with Amaka. My name is Chamaka Ilekua. So you are welcome to my channel, and today we want to talk about the boy child. Basically, I have this women group called Women Ignite Group, and there was a particular day we were talking about the female children and their role in the society. Where people are all going out for the females, you people are making it look like the females are actually the ones who are always constantly in need, and you are painting that narrative, and that is why it continues to look like that. Because who is empowering the male children? Now let's look at it this way. The females have been empowered. A lot of women in the workforce today, a lot of women are starting businesses, a lot of women are kicking butts, right, in their sphere, in whatever environment they find themselves. A lot of women are bosses, are leaders, are doing great things. And who is equipping the men for these women? This is where I'm coming from, okay? Now imagine empowering a woman so much and the men are actually left behind. At the end of the day, we're going to have so many empowered women who are going to be joined to incapable men, less empowered men. Now this is what I'm trying to say. Growing up as a child, I remember they will always say things like, you're going to be married someday. Is this how you're going to behave in your husband's house? And then they ask you to sweep and you'll be like, is this how you're going to sweep in your husband's house? They ask, is this how you wash the plates in your husband's house? There's always been this constant narrative that the woman was built for her husband's house. So it's almost like every woman is built for her husband's house. And you can't really blame women when a woman grows up, she goes to school, gets a job, and the next thing she's thinking of husband. Even some of them who haven't even gotten a job or started a business or don't even have a source of income, they're all thinking about marriage, because ever since they were a child, they kept telling them, is this how you're going to go in your husband's house? Is this what you're going to do in your husband's house? Like everything was always in a man's house, What about for yourself? What about the men? Who prepares the men for marriage? Who is actually preparing men for their wives? Are men actually being prepared for when they're going to be husbands, for when they're going to be fathers? So many men don't even know what it means to be a husband. Yes, people talk about wife material. What of husband material? So many men don't even know what it means like to take care of children. Do you know they are dirty men? Like, guy, they are actually very dirty men who don't even know how to wash their own toilet. Women are always told, keep your toilet neat, keep your underwear neat, avoid infection. Don't men have infection? Men are not even told. Do you know that if not for like the past couple of years, we've gotten to understand that so many infertility issues can come from the man, and yes, men get infection too. It always looked like if there was an infection, it has to be from the woman. Many men give women infections. Many men. And a lot of men are even dirty. Some men are not even taught how to wash their boxers. Can we actually bring a day of the boy child? Because the boy child needs to be trained as well. People need to know how to treat women. So many men these days don't even know how to cut a woman. There's so many men who don't even know that there's something called courtship anymore. People just want to see a girl, ask her out, sleep with her, and the fun continues. Many men don't even know what it means to be married. And they get married because society says get married and have children, and they are now comfortable and the pressure becomes too much. So they just marry and they don't even know what it means to be a loving husband. So many men don't even know what it means to be a gentleman, what it means to treat a woman right. We just have shallow-minded men all over the place, and we are building more women Come on, what do you think is going to look like? So many built up women, so many women, with built up capacity, well empowered women with shallow men all over the society. I believe we have to find a balance to this thing, because you can't continue to place a woman with a very shallow man. Now, the thing is, I'm not actually out here trying to castigate the men and trash them and all. I'm also going to be advocating for them in this other aspect too. I see a lot of people fighting against rape, protecting the girl child from rape, advising women how to dress to avoid rape. Who are the people raping these women? I see a lot of people advocating against domestic violence. Who are the people domestically abusing these women? They are men. They are men doing the rape. And don't tell me about indecency, because I've seen people who wear hijab and cover up long gowns complain of being raped. I've seen young adolescent girls, who haven't even gotten to puberty, get raped. So what exactly are you people saying? These men have to be taught as well. Somebody has to stand up to teach these guys that these are what to do. This is how to live as a man. I read a story, I don't know how true it is, on Instagram about a woman lamenting that her 24-year-old son slept with 3 of his sisters, his younger sisters, kept in his care to take care of, and got the 3 of them pregnant. Now, who did that to them? A boy child. So I believe that a boy child also needs nurturing. A boy child also needs to be empowered. A boy child also needs to be educated. Do you guys know that right now there are a lot of lazy ass men? When I say lazy ass men, I mean men who are completely lazy. Men now who don't work. There are a lot of gold digging men. People, in fact, that's going to be a whole video on its own. So many men don't even know what dignity of labor is anymore, and nobody is talking about it. So many men are dependent on their wives, not because they cannot go out and do something, but because they have become too lazy, and the women have become too empowered. Man, why can't you teach your son that there's something called to wash plates, to cook, to sweep? Listen, you as a man, you can sweep. It's not a woman, it's not your wife's responsibility to cook, to wash, to sweep. It's everybody's responsibility, because men are now looking for women who will go 50-50. What are you bringing to the table? You, the man, what are you bringing to the table? What exactly are you bringing to the table? So apart from that, another thing I really want to talk about is the fact that men also need nurturing. The boy child also needs to be protected. I mean, we saw the whole saga where in a boys boarding school, a boy was molested, and sometimes some boys are actually molested and they are unable to speak out of fear, timidity. They are also being bullied. I mean, some boys have changed their sexuality, not because they were born like that, not because they wanted to be like that, but because of an external factor, another male figure who made them that way, who molested them and put that thing in them. So boy children also need to be protected. I mean, it was completely heartbreaking for me when I spoke with a young boy and he said something to me that really touched me. He said growing up as a boy that his younger sister would cry over every little thing and everybody would be all around her trying to pamper her and pet her, but if he gets to complain or cry or is hot, and everyone will be like, shut up Joe, why are you crying? You're a man. Listen, I'm not out here to only fight men and say this, that. I'm also here to advocate for the boy child as well. Men should be allowed to cry. If a man wants to cry, let him cry. Don't always say man up, man up. Look, cry. If you're hot, cry. You don't have to man up. People are manning up so much that they are beginning to commit suicide. I watched a YouTube video just a few days back, a woman who lost her 20-year-old son to suicide. The boy committed suicide. He's a young boy. Nobody knows whatever it was he was going through, and I'm sure he couldn't open up because guess what? He's a man, and being a man, he has actually been expected to just man up. Nobody's expecting him to open up and speak out. I mean, but a woman is allowed to cry. Allow men to cry. Allow them. I mean, it's even cute when you see a man showing emotions, to be honest, because they are human beings. They get hurt too. So sometimes a lot of men are bottling so much things inside of them, it's choking them up, and then the next thing they have to commit suicide because nobody is speaking for them, nobody's advocating for them. Because why? They are expected to be a man, of which being a man is also being a human being. So I'm really out here to say, while we are all advocating for the female child, let's also advocate for the male children. So many men don't have skills. I mean, you're going to be shocked that in this particular era, there are men who are not even there are men who do not even have digital skills. There are men who don't even have handwork yet. To be honest with you, there are so many women topping the chart, topping the list, breaking glass ceilings, shattering it to pieces, and men are becoming lazy and lazy and lazy and lazy. So who is educating the boy child? Who is telling the boy child not to abuse a woman? People are advocating for, I saw something on Instagram, they were advocating for the menstrual. I didn't really know what it was, but creating an awareness about the menstrual cycle, letting people know that it's not something to shame someone else for, and saying it's okay for you to talk to a man about the period cycle and not feel bad. But who is actually telling these men that it's okay for a woman to be on her period? I mean, there are men that when they see a woman on their period, I don't even know how these men are raised. Some men behave like babies. They begin to talk and laugh and mock that woman who is obviously stained with just blood. So while you are telling the woman it's normal, also tell the men that it's also normal. If you see a woman with blood, it's just normal blood. Okay? There's so many things that they should also educate the boy child about. Too much emphasis on the female children and little to no emphasis on the boy child. Children are just roaming around doing whatever they want. So I believe that it's time for people to actually just teach your boy children as well. Teach them to be humble. Teach them to be caring. Teach them to be hardworking. Teach them to wash their own clothes, to iron their clothes. Teach them to sweep their rooms. Teach them. They should know that they can actually cook. They should know that if they eat, they can do the dishes. They should know that they should contribute to the home. They should know that they should contribute to taking care of children. The male children, female children, female children. Do you understand? There are a lot of husbands and so-called fathers. The only thing they know how to do is provide financially, and everything about the household and the family and the home is on the woman's shoulder. So men don't even know how to take care of their children. So men didn't even carry their babies. Why when their wives put to bed, they don't know how to put a feeding bottle in their baby's mouth. Some don't even know how to change the diaper. So I believe that the boy child should also be taught. Men should have a lot of meetings and conferences where they are educated, where they are also equipped, where they are also empowered, where they are also taught how to take care of women, how to take care of a home, how to keep a society, how to pray. Power of a praying woman, praying wife, praying mother. What of power of a praying man, praying husband, praying father? The men should be educated as well. So this is my own take, and I'm hoping that this message is going to go out to so many people who have boy children, who have female children, to also know that your own boy child needs emphasis too. He needs to sweep, he needs to wash, he needs to clean, he needs to learn how to work, he needs to learn how to provide, he needs to learn how to open doors for a woman, he needs to learn how to treat a woman to a beautiful date, not just shallow people who just see people online and they want to sleep with you the next second. I mean, these are someone's children, yeah? So that's all for the video for today, and I was talking really fast. I hope I was not talking so fast. Guys, I'm not working with my ring lights today. I'm actually using the natural light, and the sun is about to set, so I was really trying to ensure that I finish up before the sun sets. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This is the real deal with Amaka. I want to know what you think about this video in the comment section, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. We want to grow. Thank you. I will see you in my next video.